Chloe Kim, what a blast to see you go from the slopes to the stage and crush it on The Masked Singer. You did not have any vocal training or any real performance experience like this before. So where did that voice come from? Because people were definitely fooled.
Uh, I don't know. Okay, so like I didn't think I was like a good singer. I just thought like, I could maybe like be decent. But anyways, I was like, okay, like let's try it. So I have never performed in front of anyone. I actually just started like not feeling comfortable like singing in front of my family. So definitely like a baby to it. Like I've never experienced it at all. And then like a month later after I finally sing in front of my family, I'm like on The Masked Singer. I'm like, what the heck is happening? So I was able to get some vocal training like through The Masked Singer, and I worked with this amazing coach named Tim. He was so great and just like such a sweetheart. So he helped a lot, but I didn't know how people were gonna feel about it. So I was really nervous about the aftermath. But so far, nothing but love has been coming my way.
Yeah, it definitely went well for you. And you said this was actually more nerve-wracking than the Olympics. Can you elaborate? Because that is a bold statement.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, you kind of have to put it in perspective a bit, but realistically, the Olympics I've been training for my whole life. So it'd be the equivalent of me like training, trying to be a singer my whole life and like, getting training and like doing all the things, I don't know, like physical therapy for my throat. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of preparation that went into me going and being able to win the Olympics versus like singing. It was like a newborn giraffe, like had no idea how to go about it. And that obviously like put so much, I was way more nervous about that because I had no idea what to expect. So yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it.
Well, it obviously worked out well for you, even though your whole training and experience was condensed into just a few short weeks. And we know people on the show have no idea who the other contestants are while you're shooting. So how does it feel to have made it as far as legit vocalists like Tori Kelly and Taylor Dane?
Yeah, like I'm obsessed with both of them. So that was kind of wild. I think as I was going, my goal going on to the show, I haven't said this before, but my goal was to make it through the first round. That was my goal. As long as I made it through the first round, I was done. Like I was ready. I was like, I'm ready to go whenever. I just want to make it through the first round.
You just don't want to go home right away.
Yeah, but I did not expect to make it to the semifinals at all. And so every episode after that, I was like, I can't believe I made it through. I can't believe I made it through. I can't believe I made it through. And even that one episode where it was like the SmackDown was happening and there was like one person got to go home and didn't have to do the SmackDown, I was not expecting that to be me at all.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to do the I was like practicing my SmackDown song in the back. You don't understand. And then they said jellyfish and I was like,
wait, what?
My heart like dropped. I was like, what?
Wow.
Like, you're telling me I get to like come back and like don't have to do a SmackDown? Like, that's crazy. I would have loved to do the SmackDown though because I love the song I was gonna do for it.
Can you tell us what it would have been?
I think that's okay to say because I didn't do it. It would have been "Scars to Your Beautiful" by Alicia Cara.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, Rihanna's Stay, of course, was definitely a huge note to go out on too.
Yeah, I was really excited about that. At that point, I was just like on a high, I was just so excited that I was even there, like the final six. So I think it's called the Super Six. I was not expecting to make it that far, so I was just like stoked to even be there. But yeah, I had so much fun. It was the best experience ever.
Well, congratulations on all the success. And have you connected with Tori or anyone else who's been revealed on the season so far?
I actually DM'd Tori because I saw that when you're back there, you have no idea who anyone is. Like, you have no idea. And so I saw the unmasking and I saw that it was her. And I see her sing, like, like warm up and stuff. And I've like listened to her sing and she's like so amazing.
Right.
I was like, that kind of does sound like Tori Kelly, but like I wasn't sure. And when she got revealed, I was like, no way, because I love her music. I've been listening to her since I was like 13 or something. And I DM'd her and I was like, just want to tell you killed it on the show, like big fan, love jellyfish. And she was like, oh my God, hi. Like, you did so well too. And like, it was like funny.
Oh,
But
that's so
what a
great.
fangirl moment. Yeah.
Yeah, well, a fangirl moment and maybe a new friendship and maybe a little collab down the line. Who knows?
I don't know if I'm on her level yet because I literally admire her, but I am so excited for whatever she's working on. It's coming out soon.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
That's awesome. And the judges did pick up that you were an athlete, but
Mhm.
Robin and Jenny went the gymnast route. So tell us how you felt when Ken and Craig Robinson both guessed you correctly. Were you expecting anyone to figure it out, let alone two of them?
Yeah, I didn't even know those people knew I existed, so like that's kind of cool. I think the one thing that kind of gave away the fact that I was, like an athlete was that my costume was pretty tight fitting around. So you could see my thighs. Like I have pretty big thighs because my snowboarding is like all about, legs. Um, and so I remember, I forget, I think it might have been Jenny. She was like, I think she might be an athlete because her leg, like her quads are, she was like, you
Because you're
have,
ripped,
yeah,
just saying.
like it's just my legs that are ripped too. Funny enough, it's like just my legs. Everything else is like questionable. Anyways, so I think that was kind of cool. But when Ken guessed my name, I was like, oh my gosh, really? Because I love him. Like I adore him. Fellow Korean American. I was
Yeah.
like watching the Hangover movies while we were like filming. It was so fun. So I'm just a big fan. Also respect him so much. Like being able to be a doctor too. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, the feeling was definitely mutual on his part. Your reveal was a special moment for Ken as well because he is not exactly known for his accurate guesses. And the two of you had a little bit of a history as well. So we're betting he might finally DM you back after this.
You know, so sad. Have not gotten a DM back. But
Maybe
good
you're
thing
past it at this point.
he hasn't read it. And I don't think he really, Instagram's pretty difficult. But he does follow me on Instagram now. So
There's a little bit of a step up there.
there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Would love him. It's okay. I might now that I can unsend messages, I might just do that.
Yeah.
Just so
We'll
it's
just
not just
make
so
the
it's not
slate
there
clean.
anymore. Yeah, I'll just, we won't remember it.
He also shared how much of a role model you are to his daughters, which was such a sweet moment. And girls and young women everywhere look up to you, of course. So tell us how stepping outside your comfort zone for this was not only a learning experience for you, but something that can translate into a larger message for fans.
Yeah, I think for me, I love like trying new things, but they've always been like different sports. And like I think for me, I felt more comfortable trying other sports because it's like, okay, this is like an activity I've never done before. Like, I can't be like embarrassed about it, like whatnot. But it was really hard to feel the same way about like singing because I was just so nervous and I've never done it before. Like at least with sports, it's like I understand the general concept of like how it works. So it's like I kind of know what I'm doing, but with singing, like I have no idea what I'm doing.
A
So I
totally
think
different universe.
extremely different. And so I think like I just I wanted to get better about putting myself in uncomfortable situations because I'm so used to like, turning things down, being like, nah, like I don't want to like embarrass myself or anything. But what I learned from this is one, you'll like regret it if you don't do it. And opportunities only come so often that like, you have to take full advantage of whatever comes your way. And it made me a lot more confident, actually. It just made me feel confident. And this was even before, the world knew, but it was more so just like for me, I was like, wow, I was actually able to overcome something that I was so afraid of and so nervous about. And I was able to like put myself out there. Like, I am so proud of myself. So I'd highly encourage everyone out there to really do something uncomfortable, like put yourself out there, like try something new. It's so worth it.
Yeah,
and
just
if
go
it's
for it.
and if something funny happens, like that's a funny story you can tell for the rest of your life. Like that's rad. Like part of me is like, maybe if I like fell, it would have been like funny, like while I was on Masked Singer. Like I would have been mortified in the moment, but I would be laughing about it right now because it's hilarious, and I would hope they showed on TV.
Yeah, it's a
um
memory you'd hold on to no matter
yeah,
what.
exactly. So either way, it's a win. Either
Absolutely.
way, it's a win.
And do you think you'll be able to translate this into your sport from now on? Like maybe this gives you an added boost in a way?
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know, I think it just made me more confident in myself, which helps a lot with my sport because confidence is key and trust in yourself is key in what I do. So I think that, it just made me love myself more and like respect myself more. And I think it's done so much more for me than just singing.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely something that I think people can relate to and get inspiration from. Keeping this secret is a huge challenge for everyone who's ever been on the show. So who knew, who didn't, and who was the hardest to keep this from?
My parents were the first to know. And I think I tried, I didn't want to tell them, but I feel like I did because I just moved out of my parents' place. Like, I actually moved out a couple years ago, but I was still pretty close, so they could come and see me whenever. But I'm a little further away from them now. And I just told them, like, I always want people, like my parents, to have my location, like just to make sure we're all good. So they have my location, and I don't even know if they check it, but in case they do, I was like, I just want them to know that I'm okay, instead of maybe, God forbid, my mom checks my location one day. I'm in this like warehouse, like by myself. She like freaks out. She's like, oh my God, where are you? And I probably won't answer the phone because I'm like doing rehearsals or like whatever. So I was like, I need to tell my mom or like
Good to
my
keep her in
parents
the loop on that front for sure.
at least. And then my sisters would reach out and be like, hey, like, do you want to hang out? You want to hang out? I was like, yeah, but I like can't. They're like, why? And I'm like, well, because I can. They're like, why? And I'm like, so my immediate family ended up like kind of, figuring it out a bit. Because my mom was really happy too. And my mom started like overly watching The Masked Singer.
Mm-hmm.
My sisters kind of caught on, like, okay, if she's doing this, then she must be doing it because maybe that's what Chloe's been doing. So that was really hard. It was really hard not to tell my friends too, because they would always FaceTime me like in the middle of, whatever we were doing.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I can't talk right now, like, haha. But I did it for
Especially
like
not
3 weeks.
FaceTiming because they can see everything.
I did it for like 3 weeks straight. And we were there like for the majority of the day. So like all day I'd be like, sorry, I can't talk for like 3 weeks straight. And it was like really hard to not tell them, but I didn't. I kept my secret. So
well done. Well done. And what about your boyfriend?
My boyfriend, no.
Okay.
My boyfriend my boyfriend and I have been quarantining together, so it would have been really hard. He would have gotten the wrong idea if I didn't tell him I'm gone all day. And then I come back like at night, he would have been like, we need to talk.
Okay, good. Glad he was kept in the loop.
Yeah, that would have been bad. I was thinking about like not telling him because it would have been funny, but I didn't want him to think of me that way. So I was like, I'm just not gonna let the resentfulness like happen at all. I'm just gonna keep it over there and like just tell him. So yeah, definitely like very small group of people knew.
Yeah, and especially now that you got so much farther than you may have expected, it was good to keep that group informed because this went on a lot longer than you might have thought.
Yeah, it was hard because, like I said, I thought maybe I would get dropped in the first episode, so I would have been there for like a day. But instead I was there for like, much longer.
Yeah.
So it was crazy, but I can't believe I made it so far.
Well, it was so much fun to watch you. And, between Princeton and prepping for Beijing, you probably have a pretty full plate right now, but fans at this point are full on ready for an album. So are you inspired to pursue music in a more public way now?
I love the idea of it. I really do. Obviously I have the Olympics coming up and stuff, so I'm not sure what that'll look like, but I would love to start that convo and maybe start dropping my own music, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, keep in touch with Tori for sure, because I think you guys could definitely team up in some way in the future.
I know. I would love that so much.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. And again, it was so much fun to watch you. Good luck with any music endeavor you may have, and good luck at the Olympics. And it's always such a pleasure to hear from you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chloe. Appreciate it.
Bye.